So a bit of an update on what we're doing with the Audi 90 Quattro. I've got all the subframes stripped off now, all the bits customised and all that, and I'll run through that now. I've just laid it out before it all goes for powder coating. So if you come and have a look down here, we've got the original subframe that came out of the car. We've got customised gearbox mounts for an OA3 gearbox out of an RS4 B7. Just a couple of little bits. This is all going off for powder coating. These will be anodized and then powder coated afterwards, along with the subframe. These will be just powder coated. We've got all the bolts for the subframes, the struts, and the bushes. Obviously the bushes aren't going for any of that work because they're all, mostly all new. So these will be anodized in gold. We've got a strut brace I bought off Facebook, a chap called Ivor, I think, who was breaking an Audi coupe, I think it was. He sent it over to me, and we welded the strut tops to the car now on both sides. On the rear subframe, it's been a bit more of a challenging process to fit an Audi RS4 B7 diff in the car. So I've had to custom make a lot of stuff, as in the supports for the diff. We've had to customise brackets. My aluminium welding's not the best, but it'll certainly do the job. So we've got custom poly bushes for these rear mountings, which are these here, these red ones. I had to make them on the lathe, and that's all the bushes associated with this subframe. Similar process to what's going on the front. We're going to have these anodized and then powder coated. Obviously the surface where the bearing race won't be powder coated. Because this was a front subframe, I've decided to kind of keep the anti-roll bar. This anti-roll bar might be too thick, as I explained in a previous video. But what I have done is I've managed to custom make the sort of turrets, as you would call them, for the tie rods for the rear hubs. So I'm hoping with the adjustable tie rods that I've bought, hopefully, I mean, the angles are exactly the same, so that's not a problem, but the length might be a bit of a challenging thing, but we'll worry about that when it gets to it. So all this is going to be anodized first and then powder coated, and that means that the inside of this subframe will be anodized, and it will, you know, stop or even slow the corrosion down, because these subframes are 30 plus years old now. So same thing with the bolts. We're all going to have these anodized in gold, as per what the vehicle would have had originally. I think, looking at what I've taken off. So it'd be nice to put them back on, and they'll all look nice and fresh. Yeah, so if we come over to the car, I've done a little bit of modification as regards removing the ABS system. So the ABS wiring and the control module for the ABS had already been removed, and I was left with some horrible bracketry here that was not going to be used for anything. So what I've done is I've cut all that lot out now, and I've fabricated this plate just as a strengthener. Obviously it's not really to strengthen anything here. I mean, I have sort of tied it into the engine mounting here. Still needs a bit of dressing to tart it up a little bit, but the whole purpose of that was to strengthen the engine mounting. But also what I noticed was, when I've taken the ABS bracket out of here, it also supported the battery tray, and that's why I've put this bar in here. If you come underneath here, I've also used the offcut of the ABS bracketry to also strengthen this piece here and here. It's even got an Audi part number in there, which I can find quite amusing. Onto this side, I haven't bothered with strengthening the back part of that engine mounting, but on the front side I've just added a little box section piece in here just to kind of strengthen it, and I've tied it back to the chassis leg underneath there. Now with all this I don't know if you can see it up the back there. So with all this stripped out now, I'm going to be painting it. I'm in two minds whether to go gloss black or satin black. I think satin black is probably the way to go, but obviously I'll have to buy some paint to do that. Unfortunately, I have got gloss paint, but I don't think I think it'll be too shiny for the engine bay. Obviously with all that stripped out now, I can get that cleaned. I do have to make a slight modification to the tunnel under here for the OA3 gearbox is rubbing ever so slightly just here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a nice little bulge there. Probably take this little tag off here and just put like a little power bulge there, which you should have noticed through the carpet, but that'll give enough clearance for the gearbox. So the next part of the job really is to clean all underneath the car now. Get rid of any sort of flaking material, anything like that, any slight bit of rust, clean that all down, epoxy prime it, and then I think we'll go with a satin black. Right, thanks for watching, we'll see you soon.